How to talk to anyone. Leil, Lowndes, having it all. Have you ever having it all? Have you ever admired those successful people who seem to have it all? You see them chatting confidently at business meetings, comfortable at social parties. They are ones with the best jobs, the nicest spouses, the coolest friends, the biggest bank accounts, the most fashionable postcodes. But wait a minute, a lot of them aren't cleverer than you. They are not more educated than you. They are not even better looking. So, what is it? Some people suspect that some people suspect that they some people suspect they inherited it. Others say they made it or were just plain lucky. Tell them to think again. What it boils down to is their more skillful way of dealing with fellow humans beings. You see, nobody gets to the point. You see, nobody gets to the top alone. Over the years, people who seem to have it all have captured the hearts and conquered the minds of hundreds of others who helped boost them, rung by rung, to the top of our to the top of whatever corporate or social ladder they choose. Wannabes wandering around at the foot of the ladder often gaze up and complain that the big boy and big girls at the top are snob. When big players don't give them their friendship, love, or businesses, they call them cliquish, or accuse them of belonging to an old boy network. Some grumbling, some grumble they hit their heads against a glass ceiling. The complaining little ledger never realized the rejection was their own fault. They all never know they blew the affair, the friendship, or the deal due to their own communications fumbles. Why don't they see it? Because some of the movie's big winners make are so smooth, so subtle. It takes another big winner to recognize them. The old boys in the days when top management was unfortunately mainly old boys complained, complained, complimented, complimented each other by saying, "Buddy, you aren't no accident. You ain't no accident." They bestowed this slang tribute with a ting of jealousy when one old boy saw some sensitive act the other had executed. Indeed, today the old and not so old boys and girls who run our country, our corporations, and our arts aren't no accident. Each has a bag of tricks, a magic, a Midas touch that turns everything they do into success. What's in their bag of tricks? You will find a lot of things. There are there is a substance that solidifies friendships, a wizardry that wins minds, and a magic that makes people fall in love with them. There is also a quality that makes bosses hire and then promote, a, character, characteristics, a characteristic that keeps clients coming back, and an asset that makes customers buy from them and not the competition. We all have a few of those tricks in our bags, some more than others. Those with a whole lot of them are big winners in life. How to talk to anyone gives you 92 of these little tricks used by big winners so you too can play the game to perfection and get whatever you want in life. Preface 2. How the techniques were developed. Many years ago, a drama teacher experimented at a bad acting in a college. In a college play, shouted, "No, no, your body is delaying your words. Every tiny movement, every body position." He howled. Do you guess your private thoughts? Your face can make 7,000 different expressions, and each expose preciously who you are and what you are thinking at any particular moment. Then he said something I will never forget, and your body, the way you move, is your autobiography in motion. How right he was on the stage of life, real life. Every physical move you make subliminally, subliminally tells everyone is in eyeshot the story of your life. Dogs hear sounds our ears cannot detect. Dogs hear sounds our ears cannot detect. Bats see shapes in the darkness that elude our eyes, and the people make moves that are beneath human consciousness but have tremendous power to attract a little. Every smile, every frown, every symbol you utter, every arbitrary choice of word that passes between your lips can draw others toward you or make them want to run away. Man, did your gut feeling ever tell you to jump ship on a deal? Woman, did your woman's intuition woman's intuition make you accept or reject an offer? On a conscious level, we may not be aware of what the hunch is, but like the ear of the dog or the eye of the bat, the elements that make up subliminal sentiments are very real. Imagine, please, two humans in a complex box, wired with circuits to record all the signals flowing between the two. As many as 100,000 units of information flow per second. Probably the lifetime efforts of roughly half the adult population of the United States would be required to sort the unit in 1 hour's interaction between two subjects. A University of Penin, Pen, Pennsylvania University of Pennsylvania Communication Authority estimates with the zillions of subtle action and reactions zapping back and forth between two human beings, can we come up with concrete techniques to make our every communication clear, confident, credible, and charismatic? Determined to find the answer. I read practically every book written on communication skills, charisma, and chemistry between people. I explored hundreds of studies conducted around the world on what qualities made up leadership and credibility. Intrepid social scientists left no stone unturned in their quest to find the formula. For example, optimistic Chinese researchers hoping charisma might be in the diet went so far as to compare the relationship of personality type to the catecholamine catecholamine level in subjects. Sorry, I might be wrong pronouncing this word. Catecholamine. Sorry, level in subjects. Urine. Needless to say, their thesis was soon shuffled. Most of the studies simply confirmed Dale Carnegie's 1936 classic, How to Win Friends and Influence People. His wisdom for the ages said success lay in smiling, showing interest in the other people and making them feel good about themselves. That's no surprise. I thought it as true today as it was over 60 years ago. So if Dale Carnegie and hundreds of other since offer the same acute advice, why do any of us lack the right stuff to win friends and influence people? Suppose a sage told you when in China speak Chinese but gave you no language lesson. Daily Cargani and many communication experts are like that sage. They tell us what to do, but not how to do. In today's sophisticated world, it's not enough to say smile or give sincere compliments. Cynical business people today see more subtitles in your smile, more complexity in your compliment. Accomplished or attract people are surrounded by smiling psychopaths, beginning interest and fawning all over them. Prospects are tied to salespeople who say the suit looks great on you when their fingers are caressing cash register keys. Women are aware of suitors who say you are beautiful when the bedroom door is in view. The world is a very different place than it was in 1936, and we need a new formula for success. To find it, I observed the superstar of today. I explored techniques used by top salespeople to close the sale, speakers to conceive, convince sorry speakers to convince, clergy to convert, performance to engross, sex symbols to sex symbols to seduce, and athletes to win. I found concrete building blocks to the elusive qualities that led to their success. Then I broke them down into easily digestible news. You can use techniques I gave each a name that will quickly come to mind when you find yourself in a communications conundrum. As I developed the techniques, I began sharing them with audience around the US. Participants in my communication seminars gave me their ideas. My clients, many of them CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, enthusiastically offered their observation. When I was in the presence of the most successful and beloved leaders, I analyzed their body language, their facial expressions, and listened carefully to their casual conversation, their timing, and their choice of words. I watched as they dealt with their families, their friends, their associates, and their advertisers, adversaries. Every minute, every time I detect a little nip of magic in their communicating, I asked them to pluck it out with tweezer and expose it to the bright light of consciousness. We analyzed it together, and I then turned it into a technique others could duplicate and profit from. In this book are my fingers and the strokes of some of these very effective folks. Some are subtle, some are surprising, but all are achievable. When you master them, everyone from new acquaintances to family, friends, and business associates will happily open their hearts, their homes, their companies, and their wallets to give you whatever they can. There is a bonus. As you sail through life with your new communication skill, you will look back and see some very happy givers smiling in your wake.